that you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
And happiness are well worth fighting for. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Flashing Bloke podcast. Alistair, you can unmute now. Right. So, I'm a bit dazed and confused, if I'm honest with you. So let's do this. Let's go with the shins. To that side of me is Eddie.
Hello.
Beneath me is Alistair.
I've never
Adam,
seen this position
wonderful.
before. I wondered why you were so low in the frame.
It's true. And then over there in that corner down there, with a blue Alpha Centauri model, is it's Brian. That works really well on audio.
We're all doing the Brady Bunch thing.
We are. Good evening to Adam. I need to ask to get for you to get me some cat and dog biscuits. I'll send you a text, pretty please. Right here, you see, this is what this show's about. It's family, it's community, it's forgetting to have done what you should have done and hoping he was going to turn up and watch. Right, yes. How have we all been this week? Alistair, you're our guest, though you're rapidly becoming a regular, so careful now. How's your week been?
Special guest for 3 years. I find busy doing stuff. Did a voiceover for a chess thing, which was fun, and then I did a voiceover for CryptKit. I don't know what CryptKit is, but
nope.
I'm your man. Yeah.
That's good.
And Phileas Fogg is opening on the 27th of July, so I did a recording for that. So yay! I will be employed again.
Please give the advert because it's well worth it.
What? Oh, Phileas Fogg. Yes, World of Adventures in Hollingbury, Brighton. Yes. Phileas Fogg or somebody will guide you around the world, and you have lots of adventures, lots of countries to visit, and solving games and puzzles as you travel around the world, earning points and stars as you do so in an hour.
You could all be Adric.
Yes. So, there you go. World of Adventures.
What do points mean?
Points, stars. It basically, for every challenge or game that you solve before you move on to the next location or country, you gain one of those stars. And basically, you can play as a group, or you can play in teams against other random members of the public, socially distanced, of course. And at the end of the I nearly said year, at the end of the hour. Depending on the groups, it can feel like that. Depending on how you do, you will gain a mass of these wonderful stars. Isn't that gorgeous? Don't you just want to own one of these?
That would just be that would be the pinnacle of life. Pinnacle.
Yes, it would.
And it's golden.
It is golden.
Gold star.
Yes. At the end of the tour, you are golden.
We need to say hello to chat now. It's opened up. Hello to Brig Lover, Radox the Green. Hello, Eddie. Stop filling up chat and confusing me.
Okay. I like the chat.
That's good. We have
someone
to interact on.
A link again, so I can see it as it's going out. So
we'll put it on the Twitch screen for you.
Yes, thank you.
Stop and think about it. There we go.
I'm still watching episode 4 of Robot.
You see, I was going to ask you if you'd managed, because you were the one who suggested doing this, because said you had to watch it.
This is true. Well, I watched one of the episodes weeks ago.
There's the link.
Thank you.
It's in chat on here. For some reason, it hasn't. Why isn't that? It hasn't come up as a link. Why hasn't it come up as a link? Ooh, that's weird. Anyway, yes, hello. Right, so we'll go back to full screen for everybody's nice faces, and we shall say to Brian, dear, are you feeling better than last week?
I am feeling better than last week.
This pleases
I've
Auntie.
purged
Have a
the
lolly.
HP demons.
Yeah, you were having problems last week, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did Auntie's prescription help?
Lots of butterscotch schnapps. Yes. Yes, it did.
No, it was the one doctor actually, but
Oh, yes. The one doctor helped.
oh, good.
And butterscotch schnapps.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess which one really helped the most, if I'm honest with you. Don't worry about missing them; they're all on YouTube. I mean, it's lovely to have you here live, but you know you can always catch up. It's not a problem. Why I'm looking over at chat when the camera's there, I don't know. Eddie,
It's okay, Radox. We've all lost time like that. It's
Yes,
quarantine.
absolutely.
Eddie, love, how's your week been? Because I see a new titfer.
It was a 2-day working week, and the tip for it was a present from Brian. So Brian, thank you very much. I got up yesterday morning for my wife to tell me you ain't bought more bloody hats, and I was like, no, I haven't. No, I don't. And it was a care parcel from America. So Brian, thank you very much.
Not
So,
a
yeah,
problem. We love to help the addiction.
You are an enabler. That's all I'm saying.
Not gonna lie. Yes.
You're what's known as a feeder, I think.
Yeah, there was a note with the hat saying that the next 2 hats would cost me £200. So I think it was the first couple.
That's
for
how
free.
they get you, you see.
Yeah.
That's how they
exactly.
get you.
It's a subscription service. The next ones are Yankees and Mets. I'm not sure.
And my week's
How's
blurred.
your week been,
It's
Siobhan?
just
Yeah,
blurred
how's your week been,
into-
Siobhan?
it's blurred into a bit of a thing. It's all like Radox was saying. He forgot what day of the week it was. It seems like I said this last night at the RPG, but it seems like it's taken the week has lasted forever, yet it's still really quick that it's come upon me. It's like time is relative has gone a little bit tits up. It's giving you both at the same time, which is a bit worrying. Yes, all right. I had that time meddler thing was released.
That time meddler thing.
That
No,
time
it was-
meddler thing?
Yeah.
The little extra we did for the Time Meddler tweet along, run by @TartusMonkey. She's been doing an amazing job organising the classic lockdowns and getting lots of extras and this, that, and the other. And there's still more to come. The next one's City of Death, which I think that's going to be fun to have fun with.
City of Death. Oh, what are you going to do for that?
I'm not.
Ah,
I'm sorry. I do Hartnell. That's it.
okay, that's what I'm trying to do first.
Yeah, but it's been a bit of a roller coaster today, emotionally. But currently I'm on the up, unless somebody turns around and says something else.
Ah, but you're still low in the frame.
I am. That's because I squat. Alistair directed me, and I need to give official thanks for that, because you did an amazing job there.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I'm very grateful to you. Thank you.
I have a new favorite doctor.
Joe Martin?
No.
No.
Oh, okay then. Anyway, moving on.
No. Let's just say that your good self, Siobhan, puts in a very sensitive performance as Hartnell. Very well done. And like I said, I put a wee review on YouTube, but no, fantastic job done. That was Purvis. Mr. Purvis was great. You wouldn't know it was a man of his age. He basically turned everything back. But you channeled a more sensitive, caring First Doctor, and I liked it. That was really well done.
That's
Oh,
down
yeah.
to Alistair. That's his direction. Seriously. He was the one who said, no, hang on a second, this is
So
what I think
basically,
he's
it's the
doing.
entire right half of the screen here.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
just going to gush on both of you right now.
You're going to
Okay.
be gushed
Because
upon.
it's amazing. It was awesome.
But I do have something to say to Alistair about this. The guy, the editor, Matt Chambers, who's put the audio and video together for all the classic watch-alongs, is a huge fan of a certain Alistair Locke's music.
Right.
You've got a fan.
Well,
I'm just saying.
oh, thank you.
I'll have to ask him if I can send you
I
if I can
get
send a
all
couple of bits of your
bashful.
music. But yes, so that
Put it on a
happened.
CD in the
And,
rack there.
So sorry for interrupting, Siobhan, but Adam's just reminded me. Sorry, my favourite Doctor is Joanna Lumley. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I've got to go with Joanna.
Yeah.
You're really good.
I'm absolutely
really
fine.
good.
right
I
next
don't
to Joanna.
count.
Lumley.
I don't count.
You're right.
I'm not
You
canon.
played the doctor. It all counts.
No.
It all counts.
I'm not canon. No.
It's canon now.
Look, if you make me canon, you're opening up a whole can of worms on Gallifrey Base, which I never visit because that place, well, madness lies.
Okay with that.
Yes. Right. So, anyway, can we move on, please? What's happening this week? No idea. So, let's do an official introduction. I would normally ask Alistair to do this, but the thing is, I forgot to prompt him beforehand, so it's not really fair to do that. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor
Windows.
Who. It's Windows, okay.
I can go you a preview. I'm watching it now. Still. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that cello. I miss having that cello. And those choir R's, I miss them. They were very basic MIDI, and they were lovely. And I can't use them anymore. They're outdated. Anyway,
Why can't you use them anymore?
they're outdated. They're old MIDI sound fonts, the old style MIDI sound fonts.
So?
If you're about to tell, but I mean, we're talking at least 10 years old, maybe more. I mean, Windows itself has moved on, surely.
Oh, I see. Oh, right.
Plus, to use them, I needed a hardware issue as well. I needed a particular sound card, in this particular instance, a Sound Blaster Live card, which allowed you to load up MIDI sound fonts.
Oh,
and play
yes, I
them.
remember. Yes.
And the Fluid sound font. They were just remarkable.
Fluid Link. Oh, yes, the Fluid Link font. Yes.
Yes, great so.
Great so.
Right. So, that's Richard Handel. Moving on. We have done watching of Doctor Who. Indeed, Alistair, how are you doing? Has Robot finished?
I did actually watch. I did finish it earlier. I'm just rewatching episode 4. Yes, 4 now, with the Action Man tank.
Let's introduce it properly. You see, the third Doctor Who, oh dear, bod, it went a bit wrong, and he bent the knee one last time, said, whilst there's life, there's, and then pegged it. Luckily, the fourth Doctor Who turned up, immediately insults Harry Sullivan, which is, I will come back to that. And we have a good unit adventure, which is a nice, solid, familiar start for a new Doctor, especially one. I mean, John was had been there 5 years, and it was a case of, look, it's okay. Everyone's still here. The Doctor's changed, but everyone's still here. So let us go to our guest, who is fresh from watching this. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alistair Locke.
So what do you want me to say about this?
Well, what would you like to say about Wobot?
Tom's first inaugural adventure as
Yes.
the Doctor making a strong start. I don't really. I'm not. You didn't prime me for this.
You've
so,
seen
yeah.
the show. You've been on the show. You know what happens.
All right. Well, yes. And so he regenerates from John Pertwee to Tom Baker with, "Look, Brigadier, it started. Well, here we go again." And up he comes and has an adventure with what's his name, Michael Kilgareth, as the robot.
Yes.
And Sarah Jane, oh bless her, Elizabeth
Sarah.
Sladen.
And Harry.
And Harry Sullivan, oh sadly missed.
They are.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they are.
I don't
very
know. I
rich.
get irrationally sad when I watch the some of the Sarah Jane's ones. Because the last one I was watching was the what was the one? The Carnival of Monsters. Although that's back to John Pertwee.
That's Katie.
Well, there you go. That shows the attention that I pay to these
Ladies and
things.
gentlemen, for the first time this evening,
Well, they regenerate these assistants. They leave.
for the
they come
first
and go.
time, we're going to put this up. There we go. Drink your fill of it.
I'm getting confused because I'm watching the action now.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
oh, yeah.
Welcome
That's-
to the club,
that's what I hold
Alistair. Welcome to
Yep.
the club.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
one of us. One of
One
us.
of us. One of
One
us.
of us.
Why was I thinking that? Why was I thinking it was her? There we go. So
It's because we were just talking about her before we started. That's why.
Yes.
Yes,
See,
well,
that's my rose. That's
Splat!
my rose-tinted spectacle vision on which assistant was the doctor's assistant at that point.
they
which is,
were
you
all
can
Sarah.
understand now why I was so confused. Yeah.
Did you know Liz? You must have worked with her at some stage, surely.
Kind of. Yes. I mean, when we did the first series of the Sarah Jane's Big Finishes,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew her daughter when she was growing up, Sadie, and I went round to Liz's house one day to record Sadie recording an audition for something. So that's how I knew it. And then randomly one year I drove her up to Coventry for one of the Panopticon conventions. So that was nice. So I didn't know her well, but she was lovely.
I never got to meet her. In fact, I would have been worried because she was, in real life, she was so tiny, I'd worry I'd crush her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Oh, and of course, Downtime.
I was wondering, I'm pretty sure you were involved with that one.
I forgot about that. Yes, I forgot about Downtime. Yes. Yeah, her and Deborah Watling and et al.
Nick.
Yeah. Key Reiki. Yes.
But
With wonderful music. Moving on.
actually, did you do a bit of Shakedown? Did you do the sound on Shakedown with Kevin? Or was that Mark?
No. No.
Sorry, because there's a thing in DWM. Caroline Ford and Sophie Aldred talking to each other. And they were talking about making Shakedown and just how almost impossible it was to work on HMS Belfast.
Yes, it was. Oh my God. Yes, because they'd scouted the Belfast and thought this would make a wonderful location for a spaceship, and so it was. But invariably, when we were filming, the tide, I know it's a river, but the Thames is a tidal river, and the tide would either be coming in or going out, with the effect that the ship was resting against the mooring
Pier?
what do you call those wooden things.
Jetty.
It created this vibration all the time. So you hear this boom, 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 boom.
We've lost Eddie again.
Oh, we lost him. Yep.
So,
Sorry about
was it Mark doing the sound on that one there?
So Mark Ayres was doing all of the sound mix on that.
So,
I last
did you snigger much? Was there a certain amount of Schadenfreude?
It was stressful for all of us, because I think each day we only had a limited amount of time between the public being, able to troll around the ship and then getting off, and then us doing our stuff. And I think sometimes there were still the public at another area of the ship. I can't remember. It's all so long ago. It's 1994, and
Oh, goodness me.
I lasted 3 days as a boom op or pole op, doing the.
You
the
were
sound.
very good in the book of it.
Yeah, I'm always better in the rhythm.
Oh, Terence's book with you. Oh, it was amazing. Yes.
Not so good live, but so I lasted 3 days. I could not handle the stress. It was
Goodness me.
so stressful.
Oh, poor Kevin.
And Kevin was having a difficult time of it because, of course, he'd never directed anything on this scale, as far as I'm aware. So they brought in an assistant director. I can remember his face. I cannot remember his name. And he whipped everyone into shape. He had to be very, very strong and strict. He was the man that everybody hated, but he got stuff done because stuff wasn't getting done. And I just remember in the first 3 days, they were falling hugely behind schedule, because this was a complicated project, and lots of the shots were complicated setups, and Kevin wanted to do lots and lots of stuff in one shot, and it so this guy came in as the assistant director and just said, right, this is what we're going to do, and he got stuff done. But as I say, I couldn't handle the tension on the set, so I left after 3 days.
I cannot
Which-
imagine Kevin. You see, the Davies I know.
Kevin wasn't causing the stress; it just became stressful
I get your
because
point.
of It's not as if Kevin, for example, turned into a martinet or anything. It wasn't like that.
I couldn't imagine it.
Just a pressure of just trying to get this stuff to go, you know. But it did, and the end result, dare I
It's
say,
very
speaks for itself.
enjoyable, quite frankly.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
But it was, for me personally, it was a good thing that I did leave, because I that meant that I was then able, because this is 1994. So I'm trying to think when in 1994 this was, because later on, a couple of months later, I did another sort of retrospective self-plug. I did music and sound on the world's, as far as I'm aware, one and only stage adaptation of Star Trek, the original series, at the Churchill Theatre in Bromley.
there must be video. Please tell me there's video.
There is no video. There is only the music that I did and the sound effects that I did. With they sprung that on me, so I just generated it all from the synths and keyboards that I had with me in the theatre. I basically had a dressing room to myself, and I did all the music
That's
for
brilliant.
this. So I watched the rehearsals for what they were doing, and then the director, what was his name? Director, producer. It'll come to me.
Odd.
Said, right,
Okay.
so we need this music, blah, 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 blah. And so I would go off and do sort of variations, adaptations of the incidental music from the original Star Trek, you see, with my own stuff in it. And then I'd sort of play it out on the main system. And I don't know, but back then I was very fast. I could just bash it out on the keyboard, record it in, multi-track it in with all my MIDI stuff. And then, they would play it over the theatre speakers and so forth. And they were, wow, you're
It's
so
called age. It's called age.
And that was great. They had a 5/8 scale bridge set, which was just gorgeous. It was it was raked. It was at an angle,
Yeah.
you see. So it looked a bit odd, but it from the audience, it read okay, as it were. And this set was just gorgeous. Everyone had pictures taken on the set. And they had a transporter room set, they had a sick bay set, they had alien planet sets, they had a 6-foot model of the Enterprise built, which hung in the wings on one side. They had a Klingon cruiser, which was also about 6 foot long, which hung in the wings on the other side. And neither of them were used because they couldn't figure how to fly them. They were going to put them on Kirby wires and something. And there was going to be this battle sequence where they'd fly at each other and just miss. And then we'd be da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and all that music. But it never happened. But they had a 14 or 15-foot model of the Enterprise. It was, oh my God, this thing was amazing. And it had lights inside it, and it was on this truck. And they had stagehands all dressed in black, wheeling it around for this sort of epic sequence near the end of the adventure where everything was sorted out. A bit like, the shot from the end of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, where it turns around and then just blasts off into the distance. And I did a sort of, as big as I could, orchestral version of the series theme, which sort of becomes almost like Jerry Goldsmithian in, where I just threw brass and strings and da-da-da, it just got big at the end. And I remember sitting in the audience on the second night. I couldn't attend the first night for reasons which I'll come to. Sobbing my little heart out when this ship appeared and glided across the stage. And I'm thinking, this is my music. Why am I getting so emotional? I mean, it's not my theme, but it's the music that I did for this. And I say, why am I getting so emotional at seeing this incredible spaceship on the screen, on the stage, you know, gliding majestically across, all lit up, and they smoked the stage. It was just a wonderful moment, and the audience just went. And we had a hit on our hands, which lasted a week.
Thank you for that. That was lovely. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Brian. Robot.
No, I'm gonna have to go on the internet and scour just to see this.
I've got the script out there, and somewhere I've got a photograph of the crew. I'll try and find it, but yeah, it was. Oh, Peter Serafinowicz was in it,
Oh my goodness.
and Peter. Oh, damn it! He's very, very well known. He keeps popping up in stuff now. It's like people I have known before they were famous. So yes, he was in it.
Peter Thingy.
And oh,
No, not Peter Capaldi, Adam. I very
No,
much
no.
doubt it. Even Adam would get that.
he
Alistair, sorry.
he played Sulu.
Oh, George Takei.
No, no, yeah. But in this, he was the sidekick. He was the sort of monk-like sidekick in Doctor Strange with
I know who you mean.
Okay.
Wong.
Yeah.
He was Wong.
He played Wong.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
done a
that's right.
lot of stuff.
Yes,
He's getting quite big.
With where's my phone? His number's still in my phone.
Don't give out his number. Don't
Yeah.
give out his number.
No.
Don't worry. We can sort this out.
Anyway.
Brian, to the Google.
Moving on. I'm
Chat.
going so
Chat to Google, please. It's Peter Patterson, apparently. Thank you, Adam.
Peter Peterson.
Peter Pearson.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's no.
So come on, chat.
You talk
Hit
about
Google.
yourself.
Who
I'm
played
gonna-
Wong in Doctor Strange? Come on. We'll wait for those answers. Yes, we gathered that now. Thank you. I fell for it because I'm an idiot. And I trust you after all these years. Righty-ho, Brian.
Yes.
Robot.
Hi. How are you? I don't have anything to follow that up. I'm sorry.
I couldn't follow that.
I mean, really, come on.
Robot.
I saw Robot.
Good.
Yeah, great. Terrific.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's get
Good.
back to
Robot.
the
Good.
start.
All right, let's try and bring some sanity to this. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. I love Tom Baker. This is Tom Baker's first go at it. And he has a melodramatic robot.
Oh, don't we love the robot?
The robot's great. I mean, the guy
Robot
played the
makes
robot.
it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so why have I destroyed my creator? I mean, come on, you cannot write that these days.
I think Alistair's had a Bee Gees moment. I'm
think
kidding.
Alistair's
I'm
gonna
kidding.
play
I'm
James
kidding. I think he's
gonna
probably gone
broadcast
looking for that
it.
photo, if I know Al. No, Robot was fun. It was good.
It was awesome.
It was safe, comfy stuff that would reassure people before thrusting them into the ark in space.
I love it when Baker was going through his costume changes.
Costume changes.
Benedict Wong. All right, Alistair can't hear us, or can you hear us?
There we go. Thank
Benedict
you,
Wong.
IMDb.
So not Peter, anybody, Alistair.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh my Gideon. The Lost Voyage of the Enterprise.
The Lost Voyage of the Enterprise. Okay. We
There we
know
go.
what to search for, people.
There we go. And that's not a picture. There we go. There's a.
Oh my, that's very well done.
Looks great.
Oh, that's amazing.
And there we go.
Ah, that's
Awesome.
cool.
Hey, he kept his shirt on.
Yeah.
It's not ripped.
And the guy that played Spock was at drama school with my brother. So there you go.
It's a strange, crazy, tiny, coincidental world.
Isn't it? Yes.
Right.
There
So,
we are. John Gore. That was it. John Gore was the producer. And,
why do I know that name?
yeah. And oh, I better put the microphone on again so you can hear me properly. Hang on. So hang on. Right.
It's okay. We don't have any, productions. It's
Hang on, he's doing the thing. I'm going to.
There we go. Yes. So I was working in a wine shop in London at the time, and got a phone call from him one day, and he said, "I'm just phoning the key people. So it's all going ahead. It's all being cleared with Paramount. We're going to tour this thing. We're going to go all the way around the world. We're going to start in September, and we're going to open in October. You'll never guess where. I said, okay, in Japan, and then we're going to tour all around. And we're going to end up in London." And I thought, my Christ, I'm going to be the musical director of a major show. That was the last time I ever heard from him.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
And the next I heard of him was when I was in the underground, walking somewhere, going somewhere, and I saw a big poster on the wall for Wallace and Gromit's Grand Night Out, produced by John Gore. Grand Night Out, and apparently it wasn't.
Oh, right. Okay.
As I say, that was the last I ever heard from him. So there we go. Yes.
Adam in chat.
By the way.
Pardon? Sorry.
I say I enjoyed Robot, by the way.
Oh, good.
That
That's
was
good. Well, we'll go to what chat's been saying. First of all, Adam's very grateful that you've worn a red shirt tonight.
Well, yes, I've died before. I shall die again.
And Brig Lover, can I very gently point you in the direction of Terror of the Zygons? Right, there we go. Right, that was Robot, our hugely in-depth analysis of it.
Yes.
Well, you haven't asked Eddie what he thought.
I did. I started with Eddie, didn't I? Did I
I
ask?
said it's good.
Did I?
That's good.
Eddie, I'm
And I
so
never,
sorry.
ever got... No, don't worry. I said it was good, and the only other thing was I never ever got that Action Man tank back, and that really irks me to this day. There we go. That's my story.
I didn't have the tank. I had the helicopter. I didn't like the helicopter. I wanted the tank.
The helicopter.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Wobot. And now, Brian, you were in a really bad mood last week, so we gave you the One Doctor to listen to.
Yes.
All right, we'll leave all the politics out of it. And quite frankly, love, did you enjoy it?
I liked it. It actually brought me back into liking Colin Baker's Doctor.
Ray!
About bloody time.
But I've realized something. I only like Colin Baker's Doctor in Big Finish.
It's 'cause
I
you
can
can't see
watch
the
him
outfit.
100 times on the show. I hate him. I love him in Big Finish. It's weird.
Well, he knocks it out of the park for Big Finish from the very off. I actually, because Big Finish have a page on Spotify. I think the first 50 audios are free to listen to. So you didn't need to actually buy the One Doctor. But Big Finish thanks you.
Glad you did. I don't
And-
get royalties from it anymore.
Oh, sorry, Brig Lover. I see what you mean. Right, gotcha. Yeah, no, and I actually listened to Sirens of Time. Well, last part last night, which was Big Finish's first Doctor Who production. And Colin's performance is far subtler than on the telly in this. So he hits the ground running with Big Finish. He really does. I take it you got the silliness aspect. You're American. I can never be sure.
Oh, yeah. No, we got the silliness, and it was awesome. It actually brought a smile and maybe a chuckle, perhaps a guffaw.
Ooh, a guffaw. That's high
There may
praise.
have been a guffaw. I cannot confirm or deny. There may have been a guffaw.
There's a huge amount of in-jokes in this.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Clay and I worked on that. He before the internet was affordable.
And you had to murder a robot to get online.
This is true. Yes. I would say, "What have you got? What have you done? What have you done?" And I would play him scenes down the phone. And he came around a couple of times, and we did bits in the house when I was still in London. And so it was, yeah, that was fun. And then you know the Jelloid always wants to sing the song, and he
Who
keeps
wrote
getting
the
cut
song?
off.
I was wondering, was it you or was it Matt Lucas?
Well, one day I suggested, I said, he never gets to finish his song. What if after the Doctor and Mel leave, he finally gets to sing his song? So I sang the song.
That's you. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Brad, a few little things. For example, did you look at the cast list?
I did not look at the cast.
Okay, so you got Matt Lucas, pre-Nardole, playing the Jelloid and the Cylinder.
Yes.
Ah,
They played the cylinder.
On top of that, the Cylinders, there's a list of in-jokey Doctor Who names during he's demanding the Doctor. Katharak Gatry, that's what the Daleks call him. You had Snail, that was from Lungbarrow. I'll have to explain Lungbarrow to you, won't I? Oh God, looms.
Andy.
Oh God, looms. Panic. Anyway, and there's loads of lovely stuff. Now, Banto Zame was played by a guy called Christopher Biggins, who was
That's
a
right.
huge light entertainment star over here. And he hits the nail on the head. And hearing him and Colin Baker go at it, just wonderful.
Banto Zame as well, who and obviously Biggins was a very famous panto dame, so it was kind of like a wee in joke there as well. So
He also turns up in
Do you know, I hadn't thought of
God.
that till just then.
yeah, I got that. There you go.
the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's in the Rocky Horror Picture
He's
Show.
in the original. He was a part of the original cast, wasn't he? Nick Courtney was as well, I think.
Oh, right.
I think Nick Courtney was the narrator at one point on the original show.
Yes.
nice.
Wonderful.
We have breaking flashing blade news.
Oh, right here.
eBay
Yes.
is a program from the Lost Voyage of the Enterprise. The listing is ended, but it was selling for $7.45.
Oh,
Alistair,
wonder what a script-
that's basically that's your
Bromley
retirement
Church
sorted, mate.
Theater, 1994. Thank you, Radox.
I mean, if you chuck
we
in a
go.
bit of newspaper, you can take it up to a tenner, and that's it. Your quid's in.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Wow.
script. And the script, indeed.
Part 1.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yes.
That's good. Oh,
What's
hang
that?
on.
What's that
Oh.
reflecting in the script there?
That's not me.
Oh, so it was withdrawn by the user, and they may still have the program.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it might be worth it to contact this person.
Yes, you can get yourself a duplicate and put one in a nice plastic sort of covering and hide it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Frame it.
A bit like
Yeah,
what
I
Adam
don't know
did
what.
with the head
I
of
do,
Pertwee.
somewhere I've got a colour photograph of the cast just taken in the dressing room.
You should tweet it to Peter Serafinowicz. I think he might appreciate it.
So it was a great show, and the thing about Peter was that he did all. He played multiple characters,
I can believe
and
that.
he was strong. He thought he's going to go far. He had that presence.
He
And I
should
was
be
so
going
envious of
further.
his box. He would command that stage whenever he was on doing a scene, even if it was a small part. He played all these little character parts, and yeah, he was good. Yeah, and Benedict.
He
Wong,
should be
that was
bigger
good.
than he is, quite frankly.
Yeah, well, he keeps turning up in stuff. He keeps.
He's becoming one of those faces you see, but is never a proper star in their own right.
And he
So
was
like Mark Shepard.
he was the voice of Darth Maul.
Yeah, he was. He was indeed.
Hey, and I remember this. There was a story. He said, George Lucas said to him, "Hey, you're the new Darth Vader, Peter," and that was it.
That's cool. Right. Hang on, we've got to review The One Doctor.
Oh yes.
Right.
I'm a bit biased on this one.
Yes,
have to admit.
I know you did amazing work on that. I was going
So
to
we
ask
just
you
said
how many
we
editions
just
of The
had the
Weakest
breaking
Link and Who
story.
Wants to Be a Millionaire did you end up watching?
Well, I watched. I think I watched one episode of that, and there was some other quiz show that I watched to try and get the feel of the electronic music. And I
The
thought, right, I'm
Stings.
not going to watch any more, otherwise I'm going to end up copying it. I just want to remember the feel of that irritating electronic dun 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 dun, noise.
Yeah. Which is standard on practically every ITV program nowadays. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Eddie, come on, One Doctor.
Oh, it's just that's the first Big Finish I ever bought. So I didn't realise this is one of yours, Alistair. So it was probably the Flash and Blade podcast that got me to actually, what maybe yourself or Bob reviewing it, that actually probably pointed me its way. So did you get any cut from that at all, Siobhan?
I'm afraid not. No, Big Finish don't give me any residuals.
Oh, that's
For-
even
for-
for referrals?
But I do get free review copies, so I think I think we're even on this.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
know.
so-
Plus,
well,
I mean,
that's-
we managed to get one sale of The One Doctor to Brian. So I mean, come on.
yeah, absolutely.
I bought it.
Absolutely.
I can consider your royalty paid. It's coming. It's in the mail.
Oh, it's Christopher Biggins as Banto Zane is just great. The person that plays Sally Ann, I don't know who that was,
Oh,
but she
she's
was a
lovely.
great character there
Yeah.
as well.
We'd better say a little bit about the plot for people now. Don't worry about spoilers. This is years old, this thing now. Basically, the Doctor and Mel turn up in the vulgar end of time, where everything's been done, said, and drawn about, and everything else like that. And they arrive on planet Generios, where, I mean, the name itself says it all, where they've just been saved by the Doctor. Except
From
it's
evil
not the Doctor.
skeloids.
It's not the Doctor.
It's
He's
not
a
the Doctor.
fraudulent Doctor
Yes, we have ourselves an imposter
who travels through time and space in a portaloo.
called the Stardust.
Called
And
the
the
Stardust.
sound effect for that, Alistair? What was the sound
of that,
effect?
yes. I had so much fun putting that together. I got all of the toilet flush recordings. I'm a sound designer, so I have recordings of toilets.
Toilets flushing. Should you ever need to do a Yeti?
And I put the TARDIS dematerializing on my timeline, and I found toilet flushes that matched the piano. And I just squished them and manipulated them and time speeded them up and down so that the flush sounds sort of went and so on.
Water
and
going
then I
down a
put
plug
some
hole.
echoes and so forth. And I had a particular, I can't remember whether it was it was actually a urinal, I confess, not a toilet, that had the sort of long flush sound, and I used that to sort of give that
Yep.
tone that goes through it in the very, very old version.
Would you like me
Um,
to arrange for it to be sent to to Brian Hodgson? I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
I've still got it. So I mean the recording, but I mean I've still got the timeline with all the bits laid out.
Oh,
How I
magnificent.
built.
Boys,
sound
I
of-
have to ask you,
Sorry.
did you continue listening after the end of the play?
Didn't, but I know where you're going. The little Easter eggs or Christmas.
did.
There
Christmas
are
cards.
some Easter eggs there,
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay.
It's the last part, the last track is about 20 minutes long, and you get a good 3-4 minutes of silence, and then suddenly you get the Easter eggs. And it's worth it. It's worth the listen. It's a lot of fun there.
can't
Good old Nick
remember-
Pegg giving us stock old man, being wonderful as Mentos. That was Nick
yeah.
Pegg, wasn't it? Yes, of course it was.
It was Nick Pegg.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't remember. What are the Easter eggs? I can't remember. what I
You've got
put
the
it in.
little scene with the Doctor and Mel after Christmas lunch, with the Doctor wishing everyone a happy Christmas at home. And then you basically got just one long take of Mentos playing the quiz and being asked question after question after question after question after question until finally, well, you're going to have to listen to it to find out what happens, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't remember. I've genuinely forgotten. I can't
You must remember
what-
All Hail Frobisher, surely.
Is that?
Hang on, that
see,
might not be one of yours. Hang on, just let me think. This might end up being embarrassing. It was a Robert Sherman play. No, not the Maltese Penguin. It was the one before that.
Because I
Had
did. No, I didn't do
Sam-
them. No, I didn't do the Maltese Penguin. I was in the Maltese Penguin,
No.
but I wasn't.
It's the one that came before that. I can't remember. The Holy Terror. Had Sam Kelly in it.
Yes,
Was that you or was that?
I did not do the post-production on that, but I came up with how we were going to do Sam Kelly's transformation.
It was
from-
wonderfully done. It really was. We will look at the Holy Terror, Brian. So let's not give anything away about this. But I think it's another you're going to enjoy.
Okay. I'll save it for the next time I have to install
I will
HP.
have to explain Frobisher to you. Anyway, that was Doctor Who. Thumbs up for Robot. Thumbs up for the One Doctor, everyone.
Oh,
Not you, Alistair. You're
yeah.
biased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right then. Right, so now this is the bit we didn't tell Alistair about. And he's here tonight. We're still looking at The Prisoner. And we watched Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling, which is probably my favourite Prisoner episode. I need to ask Eddie something on the off here. Did that play out like a typical Danger Man episode? Was Danger Man that weird?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It was the whole thing around this one. It was a plot device to get McGowan out of it because he was making Ice Station Zero. He was under contract to make Ice Station Zero, so it was just a device to get him out. And that's why it was. He didn't write it, wasn't involved. Did a couple of voiceovers appears at the end, but yeah, it's.
I mean, it's in the
for
van.
that reason.
Basically, we're in Avengerland. Okay. In the distance, you can see Steed and Mrs. Peel tootling off to do something else. Jason King's roaring around somewhere else. And there's a guy playing cricket. Unfortunately, this must be Stockbridge because the cricket ball explodes and kills him dead. So, someone who looks an awful lot like the prisoner takes over the job. It's obviously a spy. He gets poisoned. And there is a young lady. Always around. Always constant? Surely that's a tautology. Anyway. And it follows the plot of, we'll say number 6, but we don't know, as she tries to track down this girl and stop this evil plot of her father, which is Barking Mad and Pure Avengers. Turns out all this is number 6 reading a story to a bunch of children in the village. But it is wonderful. It is so much fun. It's just great. Alistair, I'm not going to put you on the spot on this one, love. Don't worry. Unless you know anything about this, you can say.
I can't remember. No,
That's fair enough.
I was lent the series years ago, and I watched it, and loads of the episodes I'd never seen before. So, and now I've forgotten them again, so I could watch them all over again. I seem to have a short-term memory at the moment, so I'm watching episodes of Rick and Morty from the second series, and I've watched them, and I've got no memory of having watched them before, so I'm enjoying them all over again.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Sort
there
of.
you go.
Well, I'll go to Brian then. What do you make of this one then, Brian?
I liked it.
Different,
It
wasn't
was
it?
funny. Yeah, it was definitely different. And now that Eddie has explained that, McGowan was out doing the Ice Station Zero thing,
Zebra,
it makes complete sense.
Zebra.
What?
which
Ice
is
Station
which is a brilliant. Yes, because Rock
makes
Hudson
complete sense now
as well.
that
Yeah.
he was not in it at all. Yet they still had to make an episode. So, yeah.
So the whole thing around thought transference and mind transference, it was a plot device.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favourite episodes because an episode
Hang on a
of The
second, a
Prisoner-
moment. Hang on. Have I watched the right episode?
I don't think so. I didn't
I
want to
don't
say.
think so. Not if you miss the thought transference.
Patrick
See,
McGowan
I was
isn't in this
wondering
episode.
when you said, they needed to get him out. And I'm thinking, but hang on. What's the one I
Did you
described?
watch the one where it's set?
Did you watch
Did you
one
watch
after
the one?
this?
Hang on.
I
What?
think so.
Okay.
Did you watch Living in Harmony? The one about where it's the
No,
Western
not what.
episode? He's the sheriff?
No. I haven't
No.
seen that one. The one I looked at. Well, I described the plot. It's basically a Danger Man. Well, I thought it was a Danger Man episode with the lighthouse and all the troops and.
No.
No.
Oh, come on, Eddie. You know which
Not
one
at
I'm
all.
talking about. Don't you do this to me. I'll slap the back of your legs, young man.
I will find out for you. It doesn't ring any bells, but again,
It's the prisoner telling
Yeah,
a
watch
story to the
Danger Man.
kids of the village. God help me.
Okay, you're elderly. We'll let this pass. It's
So in this episode of The
senior
Prisoner,
moment.
Eddie, sum up, please.
it's totally different in tone as well to start. It starts with a prologue, and it's you find out that the people in London are looking for this guy called Jacob Seltzman. Then the title
Don't spoil it for me.
And no, don't spoil
I've got to go and see it now.
it. Right. So,
You have to watch it.
and then the title
We'll
starts.
ask you about it next week.
There's a cold opening. There's no McGoon saying I'm not a number. I'm a free man. We don't get the number 2 intro. It's straight into the story, and it's a mysterious figure called the Colonel that's turned up in the village, and the village are talking about this character called Seltzman as well. They want him. Seltzman's invented a mind transference device, but it only works one way. So you can transfer your mind into somebody else's. They've got it working, but it's only one way. So they put the prisoner into the Colonel's body, put him in London, and it's a case of number 6, who is not played by McGoon in this episode, has to find Seltzman, and it's a case of if he's got to find Seltzman so that he can get transferred back. Probably won't go any
So the
further than that.
technology can get
Please don't.
perfected.
Because I want to go and
Perfected
see
and-
this now.
Oh, yeah. So, not one of my favourites because there's very little no Portmeirion in it. There's very little, in fact, practically zero of Patrick McGoon. And Patrick McGoon and not in The Prisoner for me is not The Prisoner. So
Okay.
it's an interesting watch. It sets up a few kind of things around the prisoner's background and various other things as well, which are set up nicely. And it's got a lovely twist, which I'm not going to spoil.
Please
So
don't.
it is worth a watch, Siobhan.
I shall watch it.
Mm,
What is next week's
yeah.
one?
It's called Living in Harmony. So it's the one
Okay,
set in the
right.
Western.
Okay, it's the one I had an argument with my sister over. Right.
So was
Okay.
it good in itself? I mean, if you were
I
able to
don't
say, I'm not watching The Prisoner, I'm watching this drama, it was good.
It's
Perceptive question.
it's not one of my favourites, to be honest, Alistair. It is just a device to get McGoon available.
It borrows a
There's
lot
like
of devices.
Yeah.
It's-
Just like to point out, chat here, Radox has said he used to have a Mini Moke and was very disappointed when they wouldn't let him drive it into the village.
Aw.
That's a shame. Oh, you're having a buffering hell. I do apologise about that. That's possibly your end and not mine. I don't know, though. So, Eddie, what Living in Harmony next week. Matt Chambers will be joining us next week. Some of you may know him. He's got his own YouTube channel and whatever. And he's joining us despite Brian's big faux pas.
Oh, what did I do this time so that I know?
It
should-
well, it led to us watching The Twin Dilemma.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
So
yes.
now we're moving on to Time Lash.
no.
Oh.
It's not getting better then.
Ooh.
Oh, question here from Brig Lover. Are you the person who was sound editor on The Landlady?
The Landlady. Oh, a series of short films. Yes.
Apparently, Brig Lover's friend was in that. There we go. This is getting.
Yes. And, oh, now I'm trying to remember. I hate this.
It's
My
the
memory's
6
going.
degrees of Alistair Locke.
Yeah. Yes, I was. I did the Sound on the Landlady miniseries, whatever you call it. Yes.
Ah, there we go. Cool. I like this. You like Nicolas Cage? No, not Nicolas Cage.
Who was
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Yes.
who was oh God.
Here we
Move
go.
on. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Right. Okay, I can do that. So next week it's Time Lash.
Yes.
To be fair, Adam has been asking for Time Lash for quite a while.
That's true.
Is this flagellation we're going on about, or
No, Brian, no, I can't remember what it was now that Brian said.
Self-abuse.
But it's a case of,
Yeah.
right, you
Well,
asked for this.
it is.
Look at it this way. We're getting it overdone with now.
Yes.
It's a mercy
Promise-
when you think about it, because you're not going to have that weighing on your mind all the time.
Yes.
It'll be over,
When
done
is
with.
Time Lash coming? When is
Exactly.
it going to show up?
When you
I
least expect it.
Time Lash and retained my sanity. I don't know what do we want.
Oh,
I can't
Adam! That's a magnificent suggestion. Thank you so much. After Time Lash, the week after, we'll watch Time Flight.
Time Flight. What are these stories
I've got
that
a
were
fact
put in
about
the
time.
smallest sets ever?
Yeah. Brian, I don't think chat like you.
Well, there's a prisoner tie-in because the guy
Hey,
who
if there-
plays
no,
numbers
Adam's just trying to get back at me for the Marvel game.
That's very true.
probably your fault. But
It's all
the
my
guy
fault.
the guy who played number 6 in Do Not Forsake Me actually is in Time Flight. So there's a prisoner tie-in.
Okay, that's
There
good.
we go.
Watch for Peter Davison laughing, by the way. But for the moment,
Was that
Time
the special
Lash.
effects?
You know,
Scripts?
eventually we're going to have to watch his episode of the Tomorrow People.
yeah, the problem with Time Lash is I want to actually watch it with Brian so we can play because we haven't done it yet for the Prisoner.
We could do it
and we
on
will do
Wednesday.
in a second. But we could play Who is Herbert all the way through, you see. However, we won't do that. We'll ask Brian to note the moment he realises who Herbert is. So please do that,
Are you
Brian.
sure I'm going to?
Now, as for the Prisoner, I think it's my turn this week. Brian, who is
Yes?
number 1?
Oh, said
I still want to say the midget.
You still say the butler,
Yep.
she said, being far more politically correct. Okay,
The little person.
you say it's the butler.
to be fair, in this week's episode,
Interesting.
there's no.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
no.
week's episode is the wash. Because McGowan
Well, you
is
did
not
change-
even
you
in
changed
it,
your
and
answer
we
to
all know
McGowan.
he's the real boss of the village.
You see, you had said you thought it was number 6 himself, but you've changed
See,
it back to
yeah,
the butler.
I do think it's number 6.
Well, which one
because-
is it, love?
Okay, all right. So
Stick to one.
Come on,
The
who's
ABC
number 1?
the ABC corporation that is running this village believes it's number 1. However, number 6 is truly running the village in spite of all they're doing.
And the butler?
The butler is number 1.
Right. Okay. Right.
He's directing all the
I've got
number
what
twos.
you mean. You're basically sort of saying the butler's number 1, but number 6 is actually the real. He's the
Yes.
one who's not. He's not behind the scenes and all this nonsense, but he's playing them. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he's playing it. The town is dancing to his tune.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much. That's the cat behind Siobhan is actually called Odin, and he wasn't expecting me to
Jumpy
stroke
Odin.
him. Sorry,
What?
baby boy.
Oh, you're disturbing my.
Oh dear.
Now, if you really want to get me going,
Oh,
ask
no.
me how this ties into my The Walking Dead theory.
Okay, Walking Dead 2. How does this tie in? Tell us.
Okay, so The Walking
Alistair.
Dead, I've long thought that it was just a coma dream done by Rick Grimes, which coincides with I'm thinking that The Prisoner might also be a coma dream. 'cause it's
Interesting.
just so
He's
out
never
there.
woken up from that gas at the beginning.
Exactly.
Interesting theory. Again, we're not going to say yay or nay on any of this. You got to wait and see.
And just the ever-present voice of, "Why did you resign?" And it's all just feeding into his psychosis or unconsciousness as zany plot after zany plot.
Davies, is that you? Forgive me. Someone in chat called K John D61.
John 61.
Kevin John Davies.
Is it?
Anyway, he's asked a question. Was Alistair the interviewer for a report about Cult TV where he talked to the Lost in Space robot?
Why, yes.
Is that Kevin Davies?
Bit of a giveaway.
Yeah. Oh dear. Davies, Davies, you've got to come on the
He
show.
is 61.
Because Kevin
He
used
is
to host
61.
the show. You were crap. Kevin,
Can you
you're
send
coming
me
on
back
the show,
your-
love. We're getting you on.
send me that
Kevin, you was a
birthday
regular
card
host.
back? I told you I wanted it more than you. Right.
Yeah, I'll be in touch, Davies. You're coming on the show, mate. Kevin used to host the show regularly with myself and Dr. Sinister when we could get a word in edgeways. It's fascinating. If you go for a drink with him and Toby Haydock, you just sit there and the two of them are just going. It's amazing. You don't have to pay for entertainment. It's all there. It's right there in front of you. It's brilliant. Righty-ho. So, update on the RPG. Brian, what happened last night?
Well, Siobhan got a handful of split ends.
I came that
And
close
she
to
was
getting the
forced to-
bitch. That close.
Good Lord.
This close.
That close. That
Good
close.
DM always lets the villain get away.
Yeah, Adam
Come on.
needs to know what happened because he was busy with the staggering stories.
Okay, so they defeated the Hive Queen. We all knew that
Hey,
one.
it was messy.
coming.
That's all I'm saying.
It was. Think Starship Troopers. It was messy. It was gory. It was a bug planet. So they go back to Siobhan's apartment, and
No,
Siobhan
it's the
discovers
top floor of the hotel. Thank you very much.
the top floor of the
Thank you.
hotel. I'm
Yes.
sorry. And Siobhan discovers that her staff isn't there.
Staff being
Well-
my butler, my maid. It was Mr. Hudson, Mrs. Bridges. Okay, it was Rose, Ruby. For some reason, I had a chauffeur called Chaz. I still haven't
You never
understood that
even
one.
checked on Chaz.
I said check all the rooms.
You did check all the rooms,
Is-
but you
and-
never checked on Chaz.
But Chaz shares the rooms. He
Chaz
doesn't
is-
sleep
Chaz
in the
may
car.
Be in the car. You don't know. Chaz may be alive.
Oh dear God Almighty!
I'm
anyway,
not going to waste an off-camera kill on Shia LaBeouf. I mean, come on. Let's be serious here.
so she's killed my household staff, and I'm not happy about it. And we had a bit of a to-do.
yeah, the walls were broken, windows were broken, a mirror was broken.
The cliffhanger was basically the hotel manager coming up to ask what the noise was about.
Somebody
The fact
may be
that
getting
part of his
evicted from the
hotel is now
hotel.
missing. Oops. Yes, so that was a lot of fun last night. It's on the YouTube channel. That's YouTube/Bibble Thruster, spelled like it sounds. And this will be on there. Also, Wednesday, the watch along, we have reached the Unquiet Dead. I know. The first Mark Gatiss script, sorry. So that's 10:30 p.m. UK time, 5:30 Eastern. Because Brian, next Saturday, 8 p.m., 3 p.m. Will be the RPG, which is streamed live on Twitch and also goes onto YouTube. And then next Sunday, we've got an interesting thing. Yes, we're looking at Timelash. I'm trying to work out
You know
what Big Finish to
Big
do.
Lo- Big-
Briglover.
Big
Oh no,
Lover is
Briglover. No. Next
She's
40.
next week.
Ah,
so we
we're
can't do
going to have a piss Briglover on chat. This is going to be brilliant.
Oh, this is going to be brilliant.
We can't do
Treat
time
her
lash
up
for
on a
somebody's
happy birthday, Brig.
birthday.
Yes, we can, because trust
we
me,
can-
when
oh,
they're
that's
that
just
drunk, the things we're going to be talking about is going to make her piss herself laughing. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say the word tinsel and leave it like that. Okay.
No. You have to say like tinsel.
What,
You
in a
know.
sexy voice?
Exactly.
I don't do sexy voices. I do BBC Radio 4, and that's it, quite frankly.
And now, tinsel.
Well, if we hit, then we could do a second.
I could invite you on the show. No, Though that is an offer. Anyone in chat who wants to come on the show, providing you've got the right setup, we'll let you come on, obviously. However, there's starting to be a bit of a queue now. We've got Matt Chambers next week. Kevin, I will talk to you, and hopefully we can get you on for something or other, because it would be lovely to chat with you again. It really, really would. Okay, so the problem I've got is the big finish next week.
Because I haven't seen Kevin in ages, and I miss him.
Oh,
Aww.
it's so sad. That was my Paul McGann impersonation. What do you think?
Only a month separates us.
Oh, dear. Yeah,
And,
so, the big finish. Now, I don't know what's going to be dropping this week. I don't know what's new out this week. We've had Stranded. However, I do have the new... the new, Avengers set. Steed and Mrs. Peel. It's based on the comic strip Adventures, which I'm guessing is TV comic. And I think we can have a little look at that, don't you guys? It's something a bit
Sounds good
different.
to me.
They're always up for a hot chick in a cat suit.
It's in audio, love, so... Oh, no, I don't want to leave it to your imagination.
Oh,
dear
don't
God,
worry,
no.
don't worry.
Imagination's probably the best.
Sorry, I have an imagination. I'm a GM. It'll be fine.
Ah, that's... I'm so pleased, yes. Right, so we'll be listening to the new Avengers box set from Big Finish, which you can get now, I think, from their website, bigfinish.com. Ka-ching.
Find it.
But to be fair, they do need it. Like all businesses, obviously, they've had to struggle through things.
Big
They do not. And there are people turning around saying, "Why can't you do this, that, and the other?" They're not Netflix, you know. They don't have that deeper pockets. So yeah, and we'll be looking at Living in Harmony from The Prisoner. So Time Lash, The Avengers, and Living in Harmony. That's next week with Matt Chambers. Hopefully, he's up for it. We've just got to actually arrange it. And Alistair, thank you so much for joining us. You know you're always welcome. Open invite.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Oh, very nice touch.
I didn't actually hear what it was.
Favorite Avengers.
Ah. Oh God, hang on a second. Did you edit the soundtrack? Did you edit this Avengers release?
That is my recreation.
On this Avengers
Very nice.
release? Right, I shall
bet-
go and listen to it and find some faults with it, just for the sheer hell of it.
A stereo version that was clean enough. So David Richardson, I think it was David, said, "Do you fancy having a go at recreating the theme?" Oh my God, okay. I thought if I could get the opening ba da 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 da, then I'd be all right.
Yeah, you got to hit that one. That needs to be hit because yeah. But it's right. I shall listen to it very carefully. I'm warning you now.
There you go.
Okay, now we need to stop it, please, Alistair, because YouTube's algorithms will pick it up, and suddenly the video will get blocked again. Yeah. I've got to be very, very careful with this. Right, so, okay, we need to go away now. We do. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Adam, I'll send you a text in a moment. Yes, Alistair, thank you for joining us. Eddie, Brian, amazing as always. Say goodbye, everybody, please.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
Bye, everybody, please.
Yep, that was going to happen, wasn't it?
Buzz.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Bat!